After playing a lot at the end of the last season, it's finally time to get my feet wet. And Almost Tall starts off practice with an interception. That's the way to start the season off, and bam, oh my God, he's gonna boom you as well. After falling short last season, it's time for revenge, but Coach, you're in no danger of losing that starting position. Going into our first game, bam, against the number 4 seed Utah, it's time to show them why Almost Tall is the greatest quarterback to ever play the game. And on 1st and 10, this why is because he will lurk that ball and intercept it, and will he get loose? He will try. He will break one tackle, juke and weave. Oh my God, he about juke back inside, but he got brought down. Utah finally tried to drive down the field. They dumped it off and get it to that ground. I tried to hurt him, but as you can see, I missed the tackle, and it will turn into a bigger game. I should have took ACL, MCL out. But sitting back in my zone, staying patient, on 2nd and 10, I will break, and he will break a tackle, and bam, I absolutely obliterated him. It's 24-16, and Almost Tall will never give up on the play. The quarterback throws it short. I break on that ball, catch that ball, and will he get loose? He will try. He will break a tackle. Oh my God, he thought it was Little League. He tried to outrun everybody, but he gets hit, and we was fired up. We're going to win our first game of the season, and Almost Tall ends it off with 3 total tackles and 2 interceptions. On to our next game against Miami, it started off intense. As you can see, look how many heads are to the ball. That's a lot, but we're giving out headaches all night, and bam, oh my God, they in for a game, baby. But on 1st and 10, I come down and oh my God, I rock this quarterback. Going to the next one on 2nd and 10, Almost Tall has been tried his whole life. It doesn't matter, just because he's not tall, he will go up and get that ball, and he will also break that tackle, and that speed is crazy. He will try to find a way out, and he got up like the man and kneeled and give all praise to the Most High because he's amazing. We're going to win the ball game 24-3. Now the game off of 3 total tackles and 1 interception. On to our next game against 2-1 Notre Dame. As you can see, he ran me over, but I brought you down. And in the game of football, it doesn't matter how you tackle him, just get him to that ground. And as you can see, I get him to the ground again, and on 4th and 8, I will go up and almost have an interception, but I dropped the ball, butterfingers. That cannot happen again if I want to start positioning. Oh my God, he caught a one-hand pass on me, so I cannot have that. Bam, oh my God, I have to obliterate you. We're up 21-7, and Almost Tall literally can't locate the ball in the rain, so he's just gonna hit all in your chest all night. Hey, we're going to win another game, and Almost Tall in the game off of 5 total tackles. We are now ranked number 3 in the country, but going into our next game against the 3-0 Ohio, it's time to give them their first L, and as you can see, Almost Tall is going all the way across the field for a 2nd tackle. That is athleticism, doing what he does best. On 1st and 10, as you can see, he raised the ball, and this time, he sees that end zone. He could, and he would go all the way for 6, and that is his first pick 6 of the season. But as you can see, on 1st and 10, he stayed back, and bam, knocked his screws loose. Woo! And he will break up the pass, and as you can see, we're going to win the game, and I the game off of 3 total tackles and 1 sack and 1 interception. On to our next game against 0-4 Indiana, I kind of let up a pass, but bam, I made up for it, boy. Almost Tall makes a lot of mistakes, but the way that he breaks on the ball, he can get there in time to make the tackle. He stayed patient. On 2nd and 9, the quarterback throws that ball up, and you know who's going to come down with it. Almost Tall comes down with it. It don't matter how tall you is. He can jump in that speed. Oh my God, watch how he finds a way through. He almost breaks loose, but that lineman somehow got him. He said, that's my ball. Being the 5'8 cornerback that Almost boom Tall is, he is starting to become a top 5 NFL draft pick as he lurked that ball with a 2nd interception in the game. And he toe tapped that feet, and he was absolutely fired up. We going to win the game, and he ends the game off with 3 total tackles and 2 interceptions. On to our next game against 4-1 Wisconsin, Almost Tall is on a hot streak with interception. Now he missed that one, and the wide receiver goes for a pretty big game. Here as you can see, on 3rd and 12, he will sit back and almost had an interception, but the Butterfingers dropped the ball. But on 1st and 10, he comes down and almost have another one, but he drops him. I mean, we're winning 31-0, but I don't know what's going on with Almost Tall. He can't intercept the ball. He can't stick the player, but he will tackle the player every time after he catches the ball. He's not having a so good game, but he ends the game off of 4 total tackles. On to our next game against 3-3 Nebraska. Almost Tall read it perfectly, but the ball just zips in there just like it did last week. He just nearly missed the interception, but 2nd and 13, bam, he came down and laid a big hit. But on 1st and 10, the wide receiver catches the ball, and I'm trying to take ACL, MCL out. Nebraska drives down to the goal line, and on 2nd and 11, they made a mistake. They pitched the ball, and it did not go to the running back. It went to my teammate, and I will run all the way with him, and bam, I laid a block so I could clear the lane for him, and he could, and he would go all the way for 6. I mean, we're just a defensive team, and on 1st and 10, I came over there, woo, I'm crazy. But on 1st and 10, I was sitting back, he pitches the ball, and I take him legs out. It kind of gave Almost Tall a nickname. They said he's the new ankle biter, but he booms this quarterback again. But on 3rd and 11, he was sitting back in this one-on-one. Bam, oh my God! Almost Tall got absolutely fired up. He was turned up, and we going to win the game. He ends the game off with 6 total tackles. On to our next game against the number 6 seed Michigan State. I don't know what's going on with Almost Tall, but he hasn't caught an interception for the past 2 games. And on 1st and 10, he coming down and flipped his running back. On 2nd and 12, he was on his toes. As soon as he got the ball, he put him down. But on 3rd and 8, he was running the route with him. But on the other side, they were running in for 6. Come on, man. On to the next one on 3rd and 10. A problem that Almost Tall is having that coach is not happy with is he is having too much separation between him and that wide receiver. But on 3rd and 8, they go in with another TD. On to the next one on 1st and 10. Almost Tall gets another chance to redeem himself, but he drops it again. This is not acceptable. But we going to win the game, 9 the game off of 4 total tackles. We are now the #1 team in the country, and on 1st and 10, oh my God, Almost Tall lurks the ball, and that wasn't even his receiver. And could he take it back? He would hit that right side, and look, oh my God, weave. He made a miss, and he would dive because he's the man. He was absolutely fired up to start the game off. After being in a drought for 3 games with no interception, that felt absolutely amazing. But on 1st and 10, he almost had a 360 interception. Oh my God. Coach told him he better catch that one next time because he cannot get in the habit of not catching those interceptions again. But bam, oh my God, he absolutely drilled him. We're going to win the game. 9 the game off for 6 total tackles and 1 interception. On to our next game against Northwestern. Bam, oh my God, I made him flip. Almost Tall, oh my God, interception is getting back in the groove. And could he take this one to the crib juke? Oh my God, he breaks one tackle, but they all rallying that ball. And on 2nd and 10, they throw it his way again. And this time, look at him. He's going to get loose. He bounces it back outside, and he sees nothing but that end zone, and he could, and he would go all the way for 6. And that's a way to start the game off. They were absolutely fired up. With 2 interceptions to start the game off, Almost Tall is back in his bag, and he almost had the 3rd one if he was tall enough. But bam, oh my God, he knocks him back, but he breaks his tackle. But guess what? That was a turnover downs. He ended the game off with 1 total tackle and 2 interceptions. On to our next game against 6-4 Iowa. Almost Tall doesn't perform the best in crazy weather conditions. Even though it hurts when you hit him in the cold, he absolutely stood the running back up. But on 1st and 10, he was sitting back in the zone and almost had an interception, but this tight end absolutely throws him off of him, but he still stepped out of bounds. But on 1st and 10, he just was, I don't know what he was doing out there. He let up a pass for a pretty big game. But on 2nd and 11, he was sitting back in his zone, but this wide receiver absolutely routed him up and went in for 6. On 2nd and 7, the quarterback scrambles the ball. He breaks one tackle, but I come over there and knock him out of bounds and say, boy, I'm gonna knock you off your feet next time. Bam, oh my God, I knocked the running back instead. As you can see, the score is 21-14, but my teammate put matters into his hands. He catches an interception and said they will not tie this ball game up, and I was running with him. I tried not to run into him, but I cracked back on him and made a big block to create separation for that end zone for him. He goes in for 6, and we're going to win the ball game. Almost Tall ends the game off of 5 total tackles. Going to our next game against the #2 seed Ohio State. This quarterback absolutely threw me off like a little boy and went in with their first touchdown of the game. And not kind of feeling disrespected, but I felt all the way disrespected. So I came down and laid a big hit on this wide receiver. And on 3rd and 12, I thought I had my first interception of the game, but my teammate absolutely took it from me. But on 2nd and 9, as you can see, I blitzed and came through with a big hit on that quarterback. But I absolutely laid a big hit on that wide receiver as soon as he caught that ball. But on 2nd and 10, I will meet that quarterback and flip him on his back because he threw me on my back. As you can see, on 1st and 10, Almost Tall wasn't in his zone, but he still made the tackle, but that's not his play to make. But on 2nd and inches, as you can see, the quarterback will punch it in. It is now 12-21. They go for 2, and they do not get it, but they drive back down, and on 4th and goal, they would go in with another TD. But as you can see, on 1st and 10, he throws it up, and it's only 1 of me and 3 of them. How am I supposed to guard that? They go in and score, and then they go for the 2-point conversion, and he is wide open, and they go in, and they will win the ball game. We take our first L of the season. That was a very bad loss for us. We are now the #2 seed, and we're not going to the conference championship game, which means Almost Tall is entering that transfer portal, so he's not going to play the bowl game. But that is the end of Almost Tall's sophomore season. He is entering the transfer portal because he wants to win a natty, and he is not winning a natty here. Drop in the comments down below, where do you think Almost Tall will fit in, or where will he play at instantly?